What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Minecraft command block video. Today I'm actually going to kind of just show you and give you a brief example of how to create stuff like this yourself. This is a beta map, otherwise I'd put a download, but unless you're playing beta, which I don't know if a lot of you are or not, you wouldn't be able to actually load this world. Now, if you guys would like me to finish creating this and then give like a downloaded schematic, there's not going to be one today because I'm just going to kind of go over some stuff and just explain it. But I kind of want you guys to see if you could create some really cool stuff like this yourselves. So I got bear traps here, so if I actually take this pig here and I'm going to punch him over there, he will get trapped, take some damage, you can see there, and now I could come over here and I could kill him. Then get the pork chops and I can cook the pork chops. Over time they will cook, and if I wanted to I could sit down and wait. Oh, they already cooked. So I can sit down on the little thing there. If I get in the fire, guys, be very careful. If I get in the fire, you see you do take some pretty hefty damage. I'm not done because I'm going to make it to where it sets you on fire as well. I do have another bear trap over here, or trapper, whatever it is you want to call it. There you go. He's now caught, so let's take the meat, and I could just throw that over there, cook it. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little concept, and I do have realistic leaves. You guys can kind of see leaves are falling from the trees, which is pretty awesome as well. So I did add quite a lot of stuff for this little mod, vanilla mod, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I'm going to kind of give you a little example on how you could create this yourself and give you some of the commands that I'm using. So yeah, let me kind of just show you exactly what I'm doing here. There you go, and the armor stands for the leaves. Pretty cool, right? But yeah, basically you just put something inside of an armor stand. You need a structure armor stand, like this one is called AA, and that one over there is called something else, and those over there are called something else, because you can't have if you wanted 3, 4, 5 of these, you would have to have every one of them named something different. You can't have these all named, like, see, this one's A1, this one's AA, because it just, yeah, it don't work like that. Because I try to make it for without scoreboard objectives, to help people for when I do actually finish this and people on 1.6 can actually download and play. But you could add scoreboard later if you want to do that. You don't even actually need them, because you could still craft like this one over there. If I take a coal, let me do a coal, and I know it's a stick, so like the crafting recipe, so let me just kind of show you. This is pretty awesome, so I'm actually just going to move it right here. I'm going to throw a coal down and a stick down. I think that was it. It might have been paper. I don't remember what the paper, maybe it was paper. Maybe it was coal and paper for these. So let's do coal and let's do paper. Yep, it was coal and paper. To move the whole campfire there, the fire will go back over here. As you guys can see, the campfire is now back over there, so I'm going to just move it again. You can move it wherever you want. You can move all of these wherever you want. That will go back over here. It's just a slight delay with the magma. But yeah, that is it's pretty easy how you could do some of this stuff. So I'm going to kind of give you a quick example. So this is one of the bear traps. Basically, you're going to execute at the structure entity, which is AA. So all of these are going to be at one type of entity. So all 3 of these armor stands are going to be teleporting to AA. The way that this all works. So this one is going to be having the name AA, and it's going to teleport the name BB to this. Now, the way armor stands work when you're teleporting to something using coordinates like this is if they don't work on a, like if you took the same coordinates here and put it on your world, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be teleporting to over there like that. Like if you're teleporting it slightly relative, they do work like the drone, but the only reason that works is because you built it. You could still use the same commands, but you would have to build each structure like this. So if I wanted to, I could use the same thing here if I use the armor stands the exact same positions. So like if I took an armor stand and put it just like so, then each one would have to be one facing this way, and then another one just facing like so. And you would put a trapdoor in his hand and then move him to this position just like that, like so, and put a iron bar in each one of their hands, and then named all 3 of these different, and then copied all of those commands and moved them back some and changed their names, then it would recreate that all over again. But you'd have to be, I mean, it's really precise. You guys could look at it in later whenever I finish, but that is how it is. Each one's teleporting. You might have to change each one of these because it's very tedious, but I'd love to see what you guys create. Now these are just giving the poison and slowness to entities that walk near the bear trap there. Now these are armor stands that have slow falling, and they're holding a fern, and they are teleporting and spreading around the player, which is right there. It's only 3 commands for the realistic leaves. Now these are the campfire. Like I said, it's the same thing. You have a structure, and then you have the other entity, which is one entity, like the armor stand that's going to be holding something, and then you teleport it to relative, and then you just turn everything invisible whenever you're done. Now this is kind of complicated. Like this is something you guys might like. This is a food timer, and that is chicken, pork chops, and beef. So the way that I cook, like if you guys see, I'm just gonna throw this over there, boom, and you can kind of see what's gonna happen here. You can see that happened, and it lights up, boom, 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 and there is cooked pork chop here. So it's pretty cool. So the way it works is this right here, and you can see that comparator now disappeared. This armor stand is called food timer, and food timer spins, and he spins at a 1, so it's really slow, so it gives you a nice little cooking effect. And when he's looking in this direction, it will execute whichever one of these that you told it to do. So if I throw raw pork chop at the campfire, it'll set a comparator here, so when this food timer is looking that direction, it could then execute all of these commands. That's how that works. So just to show you, because I used a pork chop, I'll use this one. This one's going to be executing at a pork chop within 3 blocks of the entity named H, which H is basically the armor stand that right here, called H, which is when you throw it, it gives it the effect that the pork chop is sitting on the bone there. Then when that happens, it'll set a unpowered comparator here facing this way. Then this one will kill the raw pork chop that was on the ground, so that you can't just pick it up and have endless food. Now it's going to test for a food timer, looks in that direction just like that. It'll activate this when he looks there, and because you commanded it to summon a unpowered comparator, when it looks that direction, it will then power it, executing this command, which is replacing the armor stand named H, which is the one holding the raw pork chop, into a cooked pork chop, then setting the comparator back to air so it doesn't endlessly do it. Then this one is setting a redstone block beside this dispenser, which will then dispense a cooked pork chop there. When that happens, it'll execute this command that's always active, going ahead and executing at a cooked pork chop within 3 blocks of this command block, then teleporting that cooked pork chop to the name equals H over there, which is the one that's holding it. Then it'll light this up and go ahead and set the redstone there back to air, and get rid of the armor stand that's named H, that's holding a cooked pork chop now, and putting it back to air so it no longer is holding it, and you get a free cooked pork chop. And then it's just repeating it for beef and chicken. And that is pretty much it. But yeah, that's like everything. These are invisible commands, and absorption and resistance, so you can't kill anything. And that is pretty much it. Like custom crafting recipes. But this one here is giving slow fall to a name equals leaf, which I'm going to show you the leaf one now. This one's doing a spread player command and a small hopper clock. And this one is basically going to teleport them up 7 blocks. Which kind of give the effect like the leaves are falling around you, which is really great if you put this on a map that has like real trees and stuff. It's not super flat, basically. Over here is the, I think this is, yeah, that's the crafting recipe. Cool. I want to say that this, okay, yes, so execute, yeah, that's how you would execute that. So that's the crafting recipe for the logs there. So how you sit down on the log is doing the same thing. It's executing those, and then one is just teleporting a horse, so that way you can sit on the horse that's invisible, giving the cool effect. And that is pretty much it. You can have some, you can create some cool stuff like this in vanilla Bedrock Edition. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, comment down below if this kind of helped, if you were confused, hashtag Pikachu or something. And then yeah, if you guys make anything cool like this using armor stands in their hands and some really cool vanilla stuff like this, please let me know, because I'd love to check it out and see what you guys create and kind of stuff you could come up with. But that is it. I hope you did enjoy. I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I need an angel.